What's up guys, it's Punchy, and today I have an interesting video about sailing and everything you can do with boats in Deepwoken. I want to get this video out of the way before we get any major updates because I have a sneaking suspicion that boats will be used less in the Central Luminant. Before we get started today, I gotta say thanks for all the support on my recent video for my Gale Spear build, and I'm glad you all liked it. It was super fun to make and it was a breath of fresh air, get it? Anyway, make sure to like and subscribe because we're almost at 20,000. Thanks! So first things first, let's explain why you need boats and how you get one. At your basic docks you can show up and cop a boat, but if you're any race except a Centaur it will cost more. This is true because Centaurs in the lore are shipwrights by trade. Basically, Centaurs have to pay a lot less for boats, and their boats will also have 10% more HP, which makes sense for a common race. For the average player, dinghies are free, sloops cost 50 notes, schooners cost 500 notes, merchant schooners cost 1000 notes, frigates cost 2000 notes, and ironclads will cost 6000. For Centaurs, dinghies remain free, sloops cost 40 notes, schooners cost 400 notes, merchant schooners cost 800 notes, frigates cost 1600, and the ironclad costs 4800. All of these boats are very important for moving around, but some have different attributes. The dinghy and sloop are nothing special, but they exist to get you to the early islands. The schooner pretty much does the same thing, but has a bit more health. The merchant schooner is a step up from poverty boats because you actually get a campfire setup with some cannons. Cannons are pretty fun to snipe people because there's no limit on how many you can shoot. If you die, you respawn at these boats with campfires. Frigate has the same setup with 6 cannons, and it's the ideal boat if you don't want to lag out your game. I like this ship the best because it looks sweet. The tankiest ship is the ironclad, and it's a steam-powered lag machine with the most amount of health and firepower. Basically, it's a flex, but it's super annoying to navigate. When your boats get damaged, you can repair them on the sea with a hammer obtained at Etruss, and it will use wood so you can heal them. If you don't do this, you can heal them at any shipwright. There are shipwrights at Etruss, Vigils, Summer Isle, Fort Merritt, Mintrisa, and the Hive Tree. On to using boats. If we click the help option at the top left, we get a little guide. Technically, Rogue Lineage is the harder game developed by the same developers because there's absolutely no hand-holding, and they even put it in the description. Anyway, it tells us you gotta maneuver your sails with Z and C in the direction of the wind and do a gesture to not get flung off the boat. You can tell where the wind is facing based on the little flag on the top and the particles that fly past you. If the flag's facing to the left, make sure you situate your sail to the left to get a speed boost. The speed isn't that noticeable, but at least it's there. The main way you gain speed on a boat is passing through highways and staying within their borders. It's a nice way to get to places quickly, and they're pretty scattered throughout the map. It seems there are going to be more additions to the boat system in the future from what I checked out at Hive, but as of now, it's not implemented. If you have max rep for Hive and show up at the shipwright at the Hive Atrial, he mentions his life-weaving abilities that he puts into boats. I reached out to some testers and they talked about some previous boat upgrades, but right now there's not much. Perhaps there's an oath or a spec based around life-weaving. There is something interesting you can obtain if you have Gale. Basically, if you go to Vigils with a max rep for Etruss and you bring Sitting Guy over here a box of food, he talks about the wind. With a maxed out wind account, you can talk to him and get a talent called Wind Waker. People claim to have gotten this as different elements, but I tried sailing with winds and doing nonsense for hours with other accounts, and I did it first try with Gale. As you can see, this move is an active ability that you can press, and I believe it's supposed to speed up your boat. To me, this move looks bugged or it's very underwhelming, but I think it's cool that it somehow affects boats. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today, and hopefully there will be more undiscovered side quests that we can find out together. Thanks guys.